Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Coins Alert channel. This is Rich, making another movie about XRP today. As always, I hope everyone is having a great day today, no matter where they are in the world. We're going to talk about XRP, and this is what I have to say from smoke. It won't be long before banks start to deal with and keep crypto assets on their books. Here is proof that Paul Atkins has been sworn in as chair of the SEC. This is what the banks wanted to see. People thought that Atkins would also make a lot of changes in the banking system possible. But the banks want this because it helps them connect with younger people. Young people are using cash apps and other choices besides traditional banks because they are younger. But if the bank started offering crypto choices, investors of all ages would rush to the bank to buy crypto, showing that crypto does have value. Most of us have been in crypto for a pretty long time. For us, crypto is still cool. Crypto does what it says it does. As soon as it gets here, we know how big it will be. When banks can talk about crypto for the first time, though, that's exciting for them. Do you remember the first time you talked about Ethereum? Since you found this great thing, it was the most exciting time of your life. You were excited to tell everyone you knew about it. The banks will now act the same way because they want to get new users. Your only way to get new customers is to come up with something new, something that banks haven't been giving for years. It also comes from smoke. Yes, both large and small buyers will be able to buy Coinbase XRP derivatives contracts. This means that regular people can also use the XRP products. Also, you should know that some buyers will only get into crypto through an ETF or a derivative. They need to be able to do something besides just getting the cryptocurrency. Some people have to really think about a coin for a long time before they decide to buy it. If someone else isn't careful, they'll buy something and then figure it out later. Traders of all types are interested in this area, but I think the products will be especially useful for some groups. This is because Cointelegraph broke it. Coinbase says that it is thinking about applying for a US federal bank charter. If it does this, it might be able to offer traditional banking services like loans and deposits. It sounds like everyone wants to go in the same way as Ripple for years. I really don't think Coinbase is a good bank. As a bank, I trust Ripple more than I ever trust Coinbase. You should know that I was done with Coinbase the day they took XRP off their list. I also don't like anything about Coinbase. I believe in Outpolled even more than I believe in Coinbase. Eleanor Tourette said this. Today Paul Atkins was sworn in as chairman of the SEC. He is now fully in charge of the agency. It's great to have him at the SEC now. Remember that now that Paul Atkins is actually the chair of the SEC, he has a lot of things to do. Approval of XRP ETFs is at the top of the list, and yes, it is written down. If he agrees to those ETFs, I think the price of XRP will change very quickly. Check out what Bitcoin ETFs did for the price of Bitcoin. This is going to be really big for XRP, because a lot more people want XRP than Bitcoin. At this point, people who want to get a better return on their money will stay away from Bitcoin. What are you going to get out of it? Maybe a 2x if you're lucky. You might be able to get up to 50x with XRP. In this run, I hear folks asking for a 50x, and this is what Atkins said when he was sworn in. The guy thanks everyone first, so I'm not going to play the whole thing, but listen to what he says at the end. Many people serve the country in quiet, mostly unnoticed ways, and I continue to benefit from your patriotism, efficiency, and good sense. I'm sure it's a new day now that I'm in charge of the SEC. The SEC needs to stop going off track and get back to its main job, which was given to it by Congress: protecting investors, making sure markets are fair, organized, and efficient, and raising capital. I will work to keep politics out of how our securities laws and rules are applied, and to protect investors from fraud. I will also push for clear rules of the road that support investment in our economy, which will help all Americans. As chairman, one of my main goals will be to make sure that digital assets are regulated in a way that is logical, consistent, and moral. We will do everything we can to make the US the safest and best place in the world to do business and trade. Again, Mr. President, thank you very much for being so kind and making my family and I feel so welcome today in this historic room. I'm excited to work with you, your government and Congress to move forward with your plans to improve the economy and keep the United States at the top of the world markets. Thanks a lot. Think Atkins will do a wonderful job at the SEC. But he wants to keep investors safe from scams, which will be a problem for Tether in the future. He also wants to make sure there are clear rules for everyone in the crypto space, which is what they've been looking for. From the start, that's what Ripple fought for. All they wanted was clear rules and a way to move forward. and I believe they will finally get it with Atkins. If you want to be financially free, experts say to hold on to 1000 XRP until 2029. I'll tell you the truth about what I always say. When someone tells you to hold a certain amount of XRP, I hate it. Hold as much as you can afford to lose. Take a deep breath, be patient and wait for it to happen. It will happen long before 2029. XRP is going to have a great run up next. That being said, I want you to be able to buy as much as you can lose. I don't want you to care too much about this. If for some reason this run lasts longer than expected and keeps going up, I want you to be able to watch XRP hit new all-time highs without wanting to sell too soon. But that's how you deal with money. Don't put too much money into crypto. As a crypto user, you've probably learned one thing. Be patient. Patience pays off in crypto. It comes from smoke. With the addition of RLUSD to AAV, Ripple stablecoin can now be used on 17 blockchain networks. The RLUSD is picking up speed. It will keep picking up speed because a lot of doors will open for that stablecoin. Where do I think RLUSD is going from here? I still think it's very early, because I think it will finally be named the US digital dollar. That's still something that's up for discussion. RLUSD steady coin, on the other hand, uses AAV to connect to DeFi. That's the point. DeFi is what's next. Hugo Fielm from over at Flare sent this to make the XRP FI DeFi Verave environment work very well. One more thing needs to be done. That is a very common and easy to spend safe coin. Must be simple to get on and off the ramps to and from Flare. What does he mean by RLUSD now? Perhaps. I don't think RLUSD has gained enough speed yet though. That is, it's not yet everywhere. There is no doubt that it is spreading like flames. And I think that's what Hugo means when he says you just have to wait a little longer. While the RLUSD gets, how do I put this, notoriety on a global scale. That global reach all over the world. Because they are also going to give people a lot of DeFi choices on Flare for XRP. And by July of this year, Congress in the United States should have passed some stablecoin laws. A lot of big banks, fintech companies, and payment platforms are likely to quickly start and support stablecoins. The coin will be stable this summer, and yes, it is written down. It's true that steady coins open doors. That's how I see RLUSD. Yes, it will run on the XRP system, and over time, XRP will gain a lot of value off of RLUSD. But it opens up a lot of places where XRP will be used in the future to go along with RLUSD. It will also be cheaper to pay with stablecoins than with a credit card. That changes everything. Of course, it's been written down. You see, whenever I talk about something, it has to be written down. Because I want to tell you what we know right now. Right now, credit card payments are 2%, and in many places they are more than 2%. With a stablecoin, that number can drop to 1%. Think about point-of-sale hardware in shops now. Those point-of-sale tools cost a lot. Then they would start taking stablecoins right away if those fees went down. That's why I think steady coins will be important in the future. XRP is also the future because RLUSD will move a lot of other safe coins along with RLUSD. A stablecoin is all that a digital cash from the government is. It was just made by the government's bank. So think about this. You can send a bank stablecoin, like a Bank of America coin, to another bank abroad. It could be changed from a Bank of America coin to XRP and back again. It could also show up as any other cash when you're abroad. This is what makes XRP so special, but many people still don't understand.